These are the delicious vegan fish and chips we're going to be making today. So without further ado, let's head over to the kitchen and get cooking! First of all, I'm peeling 2 russet potatoes. I'm squaring them off so that I can cut them into even pieces. I'm plunging our potato pieces into an ice water bath. This will help to obtain the ideal crispiness for our chips or fries, whatever you want to call them. I'm cutting our lemon so that I can get some juice out of it. I'm adding 1/2 cup of our Earth Island Vegenaise. And I'm using 2 teaspoons of our lemon juice. Now I'm going to chop up our beautiful dill. I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon. I'm finely chopping some shallot and I'm going to add 2 teaspoons. I'm going to add some pickle. I won't need the entire pickle because it's such a small batch. I'm going to finely chop up our pickle and I'm going to add 2 teaspoons worth. Give it a nice mix. And I'm going to add 2 caper berries. These are optional. I'm chopping them up fine and adding them to the mix. I'm adding a splash of our malt vinegar, which comes to a teaspoon, and I'm going to cover this and pop it in the fridge till we're ready. Now on to our food processor. I'm breaking up our firm tofu. I'm adding in a 3/4 cup of sliced hearts of palm. And our 2 torn nori sheets, as well as our hydrated and chopped up 1/2 cup of kelp. I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of our chopped dill. And our 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. Our tablespoon of garlic powder. 1 tablespoon of our dehydrated onion. And 1 teaspoon of Old Bay Seasoning. I'm adding a 1/4 cup of Vegenaise. Now it's time to blend everything up. I'm adding a 1/2 teaspoon of our salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of our black pepper. I'm just shaping them in the traditional shape for frying, or you can shape them however you like. I'm just placing them on this parchment-lined plate. And they're going to go in the fridge covered until we're ready for the frying. Meanwhile, we'll prepare the batter. So I got 1 whole cup of our gluten-free all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning. I'm adding in a good grinding of our fresh black pepper, and our Himalayan salt. Now it's time for the beer, so I'm adding our Bose Lug Tread beer. 1 cup for now, and we'll see if we need to add more. And yes, I indeed need to add more, so I'm going to add a total of a 1/2 cup's worth more. And it doesn't matter if there are lumps in the mix, as long as the spices are blended up. Now we're going to fill our pot with oil. I'm using peanut oil, or you can use another oil that's good for frying. We're going to want to test the temperature. It's 328, so that's good to start off with our first batch of fries. We're going to be double frying them. So we're going to want to cook them slightly until they have ever so slight browning on the edges. You'll want to do them in batches and not overcrowd the pot. You're going to want to lay them down on some paper towel. I'm just showing you a closer shot. Our potatoes are slightly cooked with a slight browning, and that's what we're going for. You can also see there's a bit of a skin here. So be sure to lay them down on paper towel. Now for our rice paper. With hot water, we're gently turning the rice paper around. It doesn't take long to get malleable. You're going to want to place them on a surface where it doesn't stick, so paper towel is not a good idea. A cutting board, a plate is fine. Be sure to prepare your work surface. You want your cutting board to be clean and dry. Now we're just going to wrap up our patties with the rice paper. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. In fact, the imperfection will add a nice texture. You don't have to use the rice paper if you don't want to, but I find it adds a nice extra layer of texture. We're testing the temperature of our oil. It's over 350, so it's good to go. We're going to dip in our patties into the batter. You're going to want to gently place them in the oil. Using a utensil is quite helpful. Just make sure it's metallic, not plastic. So I'm gently placing them in the oil. You can already see that the batter is puffing up nicely. It's crisping up nicely already. We got a nice browning going on. Be sure to turn them as well. Many people are not aware that fish do indeed feel pain. They have central nervous systems and pain receptors, and they demonstrate physiological and behavioral reactions to pain and seek to avoid it. Fish sentience has been verified through scientific research. Some fish recognize themselves through odor, while others have been shown to recognize themselves through the mirror recognition tests. Some fish have outperformed primates in tests involving food. There is a 2018 published paper by Dr. Lynn Snedden et al. Entitled Fish Sentience Denial, Muddying the Waters. You can read more about that online. In the Natural Resources Defense Council report of 2014 entitled Net Loss, the Killing of Marine Mammals in Foreign Fisheries by Zach Smith et al. Accounts that ghost fishing nets and other fishing equipment that's been discarded kills over 650,000 marine mammals every year. This includes whales, dolphins, seals, and turtles. And in fact, some fishers deliberately capture dolphins with nets in order to catch fish at the same time. Greenpeace reported that 640,000 tons of fishing gear is dumped in our oceans every year. So this may motivate you to try more vegan alternatives, such as the one I'm sharing with you today. Who knows, you might even get hooked. Now our vegan fish is ready, so we're going to gently place them on some paper towel and pat them dry. You can also preheat the oven to low to keep them warm as you go. You can always pour a little bit of extra batter on top for an extra puffy and crispy texture. You can see they're nicely brown. So now for round 2 with our potatoes. It doesn't matter that there's bits of batter in our pot, it's going to make it all the more flavorful. And this time around we're going for that golden brown color. So you don't want to walk away. We're going to keep an eye on it. Now we're scooping them out and placing them on our paper towel. It's plating time. Sprinkle on our salt here and add our malt vinegar using the cap. It's more controlled this way. We'll sprinkle on some dill for garnish and add a couple of lemon wedges. Now for a vegan tartar sauce, I'm adding it to the small dish for now. I might want more though, to be honest. This is just for aesthetics. It's that time again. I get to dig in and try it. This beautiful creation. Beer to go along with this, of course. How can I miss out on that? Here we go. It's not that it needs lemon. I'm a lemon addict. I'm already drooling. So excited. That is out of this world. Let's try the chips. Delicious and comforting. Something that you can enjoy while watching the game or your favorite show. Perfect vegan comfort food. And we have some coleslaw to go along with it. The rice paper adds an extra texture to our vegan fish and chips, and it is worth it. But if you just want to do the batter version, go right ahead. It should be just as delicious, but I'm sure you'll enjoy the experiment. Woohoo! Making a mess. But you know I'm enjoying myself anyway. Feel like a kid again when you make a mess. So remember, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the little bell notification icon so you don't miss a single video. This is JJ signing off, keeping things interesting in my kitchen and in yours. Bon appetit. Woohoo! Beautiful.